What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of my Next Gen Career Mode. Today we start the episode off with a game against Hamburg here in the Bundesliga, and of course we played two games so far in the Bundesliga, and we drew both of them. The first one, of course, we drew at home, the second one was away, and of course the second of those we only drew because of a last minute cruel deflection which ended up hitting the post and then was turned into the empty net. So we've been, relatively unfortunate in our opening two games. We took on Hamburg here, probably the strongest of the two sides we've already faced. The strongest of the three sides we've faced already so far, I should say. We take on Hamburg, very decent squad, and I was going to be satisfied with a draw in this game, but the first chance would come in the 23rd minute to our opponents. The ball is chipped over the top towards John, down the left-hand side here, gets onto the ball, swings in across, it's blocked, but eventually the number 9 volleys it, but it goes just over the bar of Kraft, and it's still 0-0, so a good chance there for Jurek, but still 0-0, but from the goal kick, we play the ball out towards Kraft, towards our right-back Bakarik, down the right-hand side here, gives it towards Baum-Johan, gets past Janssen, very luckily there, keeps on going, chips the ball inside towards Lasogga, gets onto it and shoots, but unfortunately Rene Adler makes a very decent save, keeps the score at 0-0, and eventually as we get past our man down the left hand side and swinging across, it's Ramos who heads the ball, it goes past Adler and goes into the back of the net via the far post, so Ramos gets the goal there, and we do take the lead in this game, so a very good start in this game, very action packed, but I was very glad to be in front. But in the 38th minute a long ball was played over the top and John got onto the ball. We couldn't seem to catch him up, and it was a simple finish from him really. Drills it past Kraft into the bottom corner. Very good finish, but even so, it was one-on-one. You expected him to score that. I was just annoyed that our defence was caught out so easy through a chip-through ball really from the back, but still, one apiece here. And from the kickoff, Ramos gets onto the ball for us and skips past Rafael van der Vaart. He gives the ball out wide towards Baum-Johan, down the right-hand side, takes the ball past the man with the roulette. Lovely couple of skill moves here, keeps on going, shoots, but Rene Adler makes this save. So that was a shame, would have been a nice little solo goal there, but still one apiece. But in injury time in the 45th minute here, unfortunately for us, Hamburg go down the left-hand side. Great chance, they've got a good chance for a 3-on-3. It's Baster who keeps going past his man, crosses the ball to the far post, and John turns it in. So good header at the far post there, we couldn't stop it. And it's 2-1 to Hamburg, so unfortunately on the stroke of half time Hamburg get themselves in front and we are behind in this game, so not a very nice feeling whatsoever. I knew it would be a difficult game, but still never nice to go behind in this game. But straight from kick-off really in the second half, Vandenberg gets on the ball for us down the left hand side, skips through the centre instead, then plays the ball forward towards Shelbred. He plays a great through ball into Lasogga, who drills the ball past Rene Adler. Really powerful shot into the bottom corner. It's 2-2 here, so a very action-packed game here at the Olympic Stadium. And in the 57th minute, it's Ben Hatiri who goes down the left-hand side. Very good chance here. He just gets past his man and plays an amazing through ball into Lasogga. Really good chance here, and Lasogga just blasts it into the top corner. No chance for Rene Adler, but what a ball it was by Ben Hatira. But fantastic finish by Lasogga. Gets his second goal of the game, and that completes the turnaround. So from 2-1 down, we now make it 3-2, and we are in front in this game for the second time. And hopefully this time we wouldn't let it slip. But it's 3-2 here, but in the 69th minute, a good chance for us to make it 4-2. It's Hosogai down the left hand side here. The Japanese player goes down the left wing, swings in across, and it's very fortunate for Rene Adler that the ball didn't go in there, because it almost caught the keeper out, but it hit the outside of the post and went behind for a goal kick. And in the 78th minute here, we kick the ball out with Kraft towards Alagui. He roulettes past Janssen, goes down the right hand side. Great chance here. He's got Lasogga in the centre. Brilliant chance for his hat-trick. He takes aim, but unfortunately Rene Adler makes a good save. And it's still 3-2, but Lasogga was causing Hamburg all sorts of problems in this game. They just couldn't seem to stop him, but it was still 3-2. And here from the throw-in, it's Ben Hatiri who gives the ball towards Hosogai. And it's a wonderful first touch and a great cross into the box as well. And Lasogga's header is well saved by Adler, and it's cleared away. But that was how the game finished. Lasogga may not have been able to get his hat-trick, but we did indeed get our first 3 points of the season. We beat Hamburg by 3-2. A fantastic game at the Olympic Stadion, and I was very pleased with that performance. From going 2-1 down to win the game 3-2 was a great turnaround, and 2 goals for Lasogga. I know I said it a few times already, but I'm going to say it again. Recalling him for £1.3 million is probably one of the best things we'll ever do in this season. But after that, we saw that Hull came in for Kraft, and we said no, because he's 25 years old, 76 overall, good goalkeeper. We're not going to let him go. And as you saw as well, Bayern Munich, Leverkusen and Freiburg said the deals we put in for them, for the players they had in the last episode, are not good enough, and they're going to say no. And also as well, FC Schalke has now blocked our number. We are no longer able to ask them whether we can take Maximilian Meyer because we haven't been matching their £6 million deal because we can't afford it. We then put in a new bid for Ginter, £1.2 million plus Lustenberger, and we also asked the board if we can have a bit more money. We just asked them for £1 million, see what they say. Unfortunately, you'll see that they say no. Freiburg aren't going to let go of Ginter unless they get at least 1.5 million plus Lustenberger. So we offer 1.4. That's only 100 grand less, but every penny counts for us. So we'll wait and see what they say. And we also saw that as well, Hertha Berlin did say, the board say they're not going to give us any more money, which is a bit of a shame, but it is to be expected as we've only just taken over. But Freiburg actually did go ahead and accept a £1.4 million deal plus Lustenberger for Ginter, and I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest, because he's only 19 years old. He's valued at £2.9 million, and I'm sure he's going to be a very decent centre-half, and I'm sure he'll be a very, very good potential player as well. Should be possibly high 70s, low 80s. So we go ahead and accept this deal. Lustenberger is a player who, he's 5'11". He can play as a holding midfielder or a centre-back, but I don't really rate him that much. I don't think he's going to be very good for us, although he's probably good in real life. For me, at least, I don't think he'd be very good in this squad, and for me, I don't think he's really my sort of centre-back. So we go ahead and sign Ginter. He's exactly the same rating as Lustenberger. They're both 76 overall. As you can see here, 81 strength, some decent defensive stats, some very decent defensive stats, and as he's only 19 years old and 6'3", I'm very, very happy with it, with that deal. Now I know to some people that may have seemed like a pretty poor deal, but to me, I think that's quite a good one, because Lustenberger, I don't know what his potential will be, but I can't imagine he'll grow that much, whereas Ginter, I fancy him to sort of do quite well. I fancy him to grow into possibly 80, 81, maybe that's a bit too ambitious, but even so, he's only 19 years old, so he should have at least a few ratings to grow, and I think he could do quite well for us. So I'm pretty happy with that deal, and we'll have to wait and see how he does. We take on Stuttgart here for the second game of today's episode, here at the Olympiastadion. Of course, winning our first Bundesliga game in our third attempt in the last game against Hamburg was a good building block for us to build on and see how we can do in the next game. And here in the 12th minute, a great chance for us to get 1-0 early on. Ramos goes down the right hand side and shoots, but unfortunately the goalkeeper makes a great save. It falls, I'm not sure who it fell to there, but we couldn't turn it in, and the referee ended up giving a penalty. And I thought it was quite a fortunate penalty, to be honest. I couldn't really see what it was given for. The shot by Ramos was saved, we carried the ball forward, and then I think the goalkeeper might have actually taken a man down there, but I'm not sure whether he won the ball first. But I'm not sure, it was a penalty regardless, and it was going to be a good chance for us to get 1-0 here in the 13th minute, so we take on the goalkeeper from the spot. Eventually the shot is taken against our right. Can we beat him? Unfortunately not, 'cause it's a good save, and it's still 0-0, so we couldn't score the opening goal of the game there from the spot. My penalty record is shocking, so it's not a real surprise to see me miss the first one in the series, but still 0-0. But in the 20th minute here, Allegui gets onto the ball, fake shots around the last man, and finesses the ball onto the post. Very unfortunate there. Then Ramos shoots, it's a good save by the goalkeeper. Then his second shot is a good save by the goalkeeper, and it's still 0-0. So all of this pressure was on Stuttgart. We just couldn't seem to make them pay. And in the 41st minute, well, you know what's going to happen. Maxim gets on the ball for Stuttgart, runs past the defender, and drills it into the bottom corner. So all of the early pressure was from Berlin on Stuttgart, and it turns out to be the first goal of the game will be for Stuttgart, and it was their first chance really. So the opposition take the lead, and it's 1-0 here. In the 66th minute, we try to equalise. We get the ball down the left-hand side with Schultz, down the left-hand side, get past his man. Really good chance here. Didn't want him to shoot our left back, but I did anyway, and unfortunately it was a good save by the goalkeeper, and still 1-0. Made a double substitution here though, brought on Baum, Johan and Lasogga for Wagner, who missed a penalty, and Allegui. The reason being I put Lasogga on the bench was because this game was just a few days after the Freiburg game, and he wasn't in full stamina, but we left him on the bench. We had to bring him on though. We couldn't risk it anymore. We had to get him on the pitch and see if our top scorer could get ourselves a goal here. And Baum Johan came on as well, so we get the two big boys off the bench and see what they can do. And from the corner here, it's Stuttgart. He crossed the ball in towards the centre. It's headed away by Pekarik, our right back. Eventually it's picked up by Leitner, but he runs into Lasogga here. He just came off the bench, he wins it, goes down the right hand side. Doesn't have too much pace, Lasogga, but he's got enough to hold off his man. 90 strength as well. He's not muscled off the ball easily, so he keeps on going, swings in across, and Ben Hatira's shot is brilliantly saved by Ulreich, and it's still 1-0. So we just couldn't see seemed to beat the goalkeeper. We had 9 shots, but we still couldn't find that first goal. Still 1-0 to Stuttgart. But from the kick out, it's headed on. Lasogga misses the header, but eventually Stuttgart end up giving the ball away. It's Sikirci who makes a fantastic challenge here, our holding midfielder, and keeps the ball on, finds Johan off the bench, gets tripped up. We're asking for a free kick, we get it, but unfortunately for us, Johan stays down. He only just came off the bench, and now he's picked up an injury, so not very lucky for us there, but even so, we did have a free kick, so a good chance for us to swing it in. Eventually we do cross the ball in with excuse me, with Ben Hatira, I think it is, or Sikirci. Yes, it's Sikirci who crosses the ball in towards the far post. Schultz is there with a free volley, and our left back puts the ball over the bar, so it's still 1-0. We just couldn't seem to score. We had so many chances though, and in the 87th minute, Sikirci gets the ball for us, chips it over the top. Lasogga gets past his man, shoots on the half volley. It's a great save by the goalkeeper, and it's still 1-0, and we just couldn't score that goal. But in the 90th minute here, Ben Hatira gets onto the ball, sprints through the centre. Very good chance here. He's waiting for the dummy run, and eventually keeps on going, shoots himself, but he drags the shot wide, and it's still 1-0. And that means that as we got into injury time here, it was surely going to finish this way. We couldn't score that goal. We'd had so many chances, but my shooting was very poor, not very accurate at all. Still 1-0 to Stuttgart. But from the goal kick, Lamkamp gets onto the ball and gives it to Schultz. Plays it out wide towards Ben Hatira here, the last chance of the game. Ben Hatira gets onto it, runs through the centre, chips it over the top towards Johan off the bench, down the right hand side. Nice piece of skill, keeps onto the ball, gets onto his left foot, finds Pekarik here, our right back. We just keep holding the ball, don't want to give it away and concede possession. Pekarik gets onto the right hand side, crosses the ball in. Lasogga wins the header. The first one is saved, but the second one goes in, and at the second attempt, Lasogga makes it Hertha Berlin 1, Stuttgart 1, and we did indeed get that equalising goal in stoppage time with the last attack of the game. So after all of that pressure, it finally paid off. Lasogga off the bench, he's just an absolute beast, he really is. It's been a fantastic deal to get him back from Hamburg off the loan spell for £1.3 million, and I'm sure he's going to score at least 10 goals this season. He's already got a few. He gets a crucial one there, make sure we stay unbeaten at the start of the season, and we do indeed claim a point from this game, so it looks as though we were going to get 0. And I was just so relieved after all that pressure we finally would get something to show for it. But as always guys, a big thank you for watching this episode. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed it, please leave a like, it's much appreciated. It really does help my channel out. And I'll see you for another episode of this career mode very soon.